right, so in this haircut, we are going to do a bob with layers. And the layers, actually, we're going to do some graduated layers. The layers are going to give the hair a lot of fullness. It's going to make the hair look full and thick. So the very first thing we're doing is we're establishing our outline. You can see I'm holding the hair in my fingers, just combing it straight down, and basically cutting and establishing that outline. I'm going to establish the outline on both the right side and the left side, and then we will dive into the layers and then graduate those layers at the very end. Alright, so now I've got a center section in the middle of the back, and it's time to start the layering. So you can see I'm combing that section straight back, and then right there I'm establishing the guide for the rest of the layers. So I'm going to cut that first section, which is now the guide for the rest of the layers, working my way to the left, taking the next section, over-directing to the section I just got done cutting. That's what we do. We over-direct to the previous section so we know how short to cut the current section. If you always take the current section that you are cutting and over-direct it to the previous section, you will know how short to cut the current section. Now, there is some over-directing that needs to be involved depending on how long you want to leave, how short you want to take. Those are things that you're going to have to keep in mind, but for the most part, by just over-directing to the previous section, you know that you're taking each layer more or less to the same exact length. Again, there is that over-directing that you need to keep in mind, but if you don't over-direct to the previous section and you just wing it and cut it however short you think, you don't really have a guide to go off of. So very, very important. Alright, so now that I've completed cutting the layers on the left side, you can see I've taken a section on the right side, over-directing it to that very first section that we cut was in the middle, and basically executing that layer. Now, taking another section and over-directing this just to the previous section, not to the first section that we cut, just to the previous section that we cut, so I know how short to cut this section. Alright, not a whole lot to explain here. Basically going to do the layering the exact same way on the right side that I already did on the left side. Okay, so now that we've completed cutting the layers, you can see I'm getting ready to cut my very first section of graduation. So I'm holding my fingers in a 45-degree angle, and I'm just basically taking that section into an angled graduated shape. So by doing this, it's going to add more fullness on the bottom because the graduation will push up the layers on the top, which will then make more fullness on the top as well. So by doing some graduated layers, it's really just going to make the hair look nice, full, and thick. Alright, so now that we've completed the graduation on the right side, you can see I'm taking another section here, but on the left side, and I'm just going to go through and do the exact same thing I already did on the right side, but to the left side, and graduate these layers here on the left side. So we are all done with this graduated layered haircut. As you can see, it just makes the hair look so full and thick. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down in the comment section below. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, I already said that. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks so much again for watching.